mean, who are you kidding? But with their hardcore fan base, because they get a lot of tourists. That's since it's in Mexico City, and we're hardly not in Mexico City, but this year we will. And people go to Mexico. One of the things they actually want to do is go to a lucha show, buy a mask. Like
so watching like.
Right. Well, it's very funny because I saw this list of the top things Americans wanted to do when they came to Mexico City.
Hey, go see
yeah, one of them is mariachi band. The other one was look at the pyramids, right?
You guys still have bullfighting too?
No, we don't have. Very rare now.
Right.
Yeah, I went to an actual bullfighting show.
Who went over, the bull or the guy?
Hey, listen to this, bro. I had never seen a bullfight in my life. I'd seen like a TV, the ole, right? I didn't know that before the matador gets out there, they're usually very little, like really little. They look like little gymnasts, like girl gymnasts.
Like jockeys, kind of.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So that, bro, first the bull comes out, and there's this guy on top of a horse with lancers. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
With lancers, right? And it's like two guys on horseback, just...
Oh, they aggravate the bull.
Well, they're weakening him. Oh, well, they're weakening. Yeah, so they're smacking him. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Why did you do that to the fucking bull? So, yeah, right.
It really is like that.
Right, exactly. There's like a little fighting in person.
Yeah, not in person. I've seen videos of it.
Bro, it's very inhumane.
Yeah.
Very. So I
good bull fight, a dog fight.
Right,
Yeah.
that's even the to see that. Yeah. So these guys come out and like hands come out and they're tiring him out and then finally the matador comes out, right? And then cue the bull, you have to get this like long sword, put it right in his mouth at the right place of the bull just collapse.
Around the face, and they like hit the effect.
You gotta hit it right there. Sometimes you'll miss, but if he gets it on the second one, right and all that. Yeah, but this is the saddest part of all. So when the bull first comes out, it's almost like, have you ever gone to like the zoo and seen a gorilla? And you're like, holy shit, how big is that thing? Did it break the glass? So when I saw the bull, I couldn't believe. You could see smoke coming out of its mouth. There's a specimen, like, and then at the end, bro, they're dragging him out of shape. The matador killed him. I was like, how did the matador take him in one?
Right, they make it all fair for the bull.
Yeah, and it's funny because when the guys on the horse come out and they're sticking the bull, people are actually booing.
So you know what? I was going to say that too. If we see people down like with the snowflake getting involved and like with past years, I would probably bet that maybe bullfighting had to go down because I bet there are people that were cheering when the matador would get.
Oh yeah.
Go under, that's kind of like completely opposite of the concept of what you're trying to do. Is like the matador's the brains. People probably started booing the matador to cheering the bulls. It's like, okay, we just got to stop this.
Yeah. So let me see. And last shout out to Chicago boy Hala, Roanoke, Virginia, Mitchell Rogers in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So those are all the people that are listening to us domestically and internationally. Thank you very much for choosing us as a form of entertainment and information. I know that there's a lot of other options out there, even.
I shot that damn thing.
Thank you for your patronage.
No good stinking
Don't
cheaters.
To spread the word, spread the foe. Patreon, if you haven't joined yet, check it out. Patreon, that's where we make some real paper, no ads. We try to be anti-formulaic. We bring entertaining, provoking, and informative content with a lot of ball busting. You can find that at KONAN.me. That's where you can find all the extra audio video that's in the show, including musical segments. We're Patreon members. Myself and Joe.
You need the food. You need to let the drip.
I highly recommend. It had Jericho,
Bro,
me, Disco, Joe. Was that it? Disco? And Frankie Kazarian.
Big panel. It's a good show.
Right. And, since both Frankie and Chris are in a band, it was a really good game. Madden goes a million concerts a year. So it was a really good.
Madden probably seen a dozen
No,
shows a year.
not the
Right, minimum,
drifting.
right.
Drip
Any type
everything.
of old
So,
school
the boat.
band that was very popular from like the 80s and stuff, 80s and 90s, that's near Pittsburgh we'll go to. And then very often stuff out here to Vegas was like we had the big shows like the T-Mobile and like and the Spirit. I got a friend that's actually I know Ben Ramirez talked about that he's actually bringing his dad out and
Oh, yes, to the
Eagle, yeah, that's the unbelievable.
I will be incredible.
They actually had the first for New Year's Eve. They had, I didn't even know this DJ. I think one yeah, he did the big trance DJ, right? So they had the big trance. It was the first time they did an EDM show. The Sphere, and of course, there's everything. It was unbelievable visual. Like just imagine.
You can see visuals from outside, right?
Oh, outside, yeah, but inside, it's like. It looks like the stuff is coming at you. It's like, like with the rides into Disney, where the virtual rides, it's like an over experience. But when you're playing good house music, translating that, so it's just like it's crazy. People go nation. A lot of cool videos on Instagram, I didn't work, but it was on New Year's Eve. There's so much, I saw enough of it on Instagram. I do a bunch of videos.
So anyways, we do these musical segments, and we've done everybody from Stevie Wonder to Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, the Tupac. We'll pick up something. It's a very enjoyable segment. I recommend it. We also do a Take No Prisoners approach, and we do SmackDown, Raw, and Dynamite reviews. And we ain't got a dog in the hunt, so we call them when we see them. We stay, we don't pay. We also have almost 8-year catalog of our show and everything that we've done in the last 7.5 years. The arguments, here's a very white word, the hijinks, just all the laughter, all the political, social discussions, whatever was going on at that time, usually we're talking about it. So we could go back 6 years, whatever it was 6 years ago in January, we definitely talked about it. So check that out. That comes with it. That in itself is worth the whole Patreon cost. We also put up videos there from MLW, from Impact, from AAA. I'm always sending promos that are only from Mexico, from Americans, and some Mexicans, and we put those up there too. We over-deliver. I can guarantee you that's what God over-proven with it. We also have this feed. K100 Rehash, very popular best of show. So one more show, the best of the last 7 years. K100.
What about that episode with Vince Russo, Mr. Kevin Gill?
Look for it. Yeah.
Disgraced in Twitter. Before he actually became a disgrace in Twitter.
The two best thing about the Kevin Gill thing, for those of you that don't know, he was a producer for our first 30 shows. And he would stir shit up and then try to yeah, right. And so he had said something, if you had ever told what's his name, so he invited him on his show. He didn't brutalize the way, and we played it back on our show, right? And we buried it and led to his meltdown. And maybe a month, 2 months later, he left the show.
We also have our YouTube channel, Keep 100 Official, on YouTube.
Well, let's try something
up there to get like a lot, just like any other content provider out there. We're putting our content up on YouTube. If you don't have time to listen to the full show, sometimes you can check out our YouTube clips, and they will drive you to the main show. But we put some of our pretty good content out there. Sometimes we had a video recently did like 30,000 views like a couple weeks ago. But Britt Baker,
right?
It's kind of weird. It's our numbers are very strange on YouTube. They're randomly like high or randomly low. I don't know how. It's like the search engine, and I don't know what it does, but you can if you don't have time to listen to our show on a regular, check us out on YouTube.
Right. I don't know have you been, because I remember last week you told me, hey, these videos are doing good. Like, like it was a couple videos.
I'll show you. Yeah.
Right. Well,
Let's see how we're doing this week. What did Hughie say?
he said that our video went up 500%, and I was like, what?
Yeah, for some. Okay, let me go right here. All right, so let me pull up some of these. Okay, so because it was weird. We were randomly getting like only 2,000 to 3,000 views on some of these things, right? So recent. Okay, so this is the past few days. Like today, we put up like 6 hours ago. They've already done like 5,000 views. That's actually pretty good. Eric Bischoff has done some good content for us. We got some Eric Bischoff, but the real reason for CM Punk is up 11,000 views from 2 days ago. 13,000 views. Eric Bischoff is Dave Meltzer lying to cover up to cover for AW Downfall. Yeah, Eric does some pretty good content for us. Meltzer does good content for us. Yeah, just check out our YouTube. It's Keep It 100 Official. We have a lot of videos on there, but we actually have. You can actually go to it says there's like actual categories. Like we have a category of Tyrus, the full playlist. Scott D'Amore, full playlist. We have a full playlist with like just everybody you would think of. Nick Nemeth, the Sandman was on our show. You know, where all you O'Shea Jackson has 4 videos up that he's been on. So yes, a lot of stuff.
Hello, strange dog.
I'll put our YouTube channel up against anybody. Just it's decent content. So check it out.
Yeah, and by the way, the YouTube channel is manned by the Irish Lush himself, Hughley. It's available at K100 Official. He had sent me some names to shout out. Let me see where I put it. Wait 1 second.
Yeah, Hughie likes to do. We just did a live YouTube the Raw on the recent on the Raw review, and Hughie insists on being on the videos with us. And we just want to tell you before they may not be able to understand a word he says.
Oh, you won't.
Yeah, and he says atrociously unfunny things.
You gunners.
And he thinks he's funny. So
he gets kazoo for it.
Right, you can listen to for yourself if you want to do that.
So real quick before we get to the next subject. Oh, and I forgot.
Oh, I can't wait to see him.
On any Irish holiday. I can't find the names. Usually send them to me again, please.
All right, damn it, come on. Shit, load. I'm loading. Good.
Heading towards that plaque. There are officially over 6,000 videos on the K100 YouTube channel and approaching 200 completely uncensored.
Let's see what this person's doing. They said they were busy.
This includes a private chat room, which means zero bots and trolls.
Is he doing the survival?
Advertisement interruptions. If you've got any questions for the mailbags, keep them short so we can read a grip of them. And if you've got any entries for the Frankie Kazarian, I Rock a Delicious 10, and Nick Alves is still on probation, Juicy Seal. So basically how it works is if you're in a band or you produce or you support or you play an instrument or somebody you want us to hear that you like, send it to us and we'll critique it. Joe is manning the 1s and 2s. You can follow the show every K100 Conan on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We've also got JJ Claxton and Chris Mason handling the biz. TikTok, yeah, don't stop. That's how it's done. They're actually here on Valentine's Day.
Are you going to see him?
No.
Cheap shot.
Let me see. Only if
they're BS.
Like they had 2 lead singers, right? One of them was the one that sent us the message.
Yes.
Yes, we had the balls to try to tell us how to harmonize. Well, he was on stage singing, and this guy that used to be like a lead singer on the band, and they kicked him out or something, he came on stage and punched a guy.
I want to give a shout out to Jeff Katz, a boy that's been on the podcast here before. He's marked on Facebook. He's marked safe from the fires.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I got to try to get in touch with some other things, make sure they're all right too. But you know what's funny too is like that. I don't want to get political here, but bro, I can't stand it when like something like the wildfires. You know, that's a stretch for me. Like I see people the climate activists try to point to the forest fires too as like a main thing of climate change. Okay, right. And I'm like, you know, okay, in the middle of the summer when it's very hot.
Be alone.
Yes, definitely plug the heat. Plus, you know, California's just not that clean up the forests. There's a lot of green there, and so a lot of stuff burns. You know, but bro, it's like, okay, it's windy outside. That's not climate change. you know, often sometimes it gets really windy, right? So Philly was experiencing like 40-mile-an-hour winds, and somebody started a fire, and like it started burning, like the winds are blowing, but that's not like like what if if you're a climate activist, what do you do with that? But these homeless drug addicts are starting fires. People shooting off fireworks are starting fires. Electric wires go down, they start fires. That's not like the concept of what we understand of like climate change, global warming. It doesn't fall under that category. And plus, too, when I was following this like 2 straight days. I was on Twitter and stuff. Bro, if you look at the maps of these fires, okay, bro, all of a sudden these fires started popping up like 15, 20 miles apart from each other. Obviously, arsonists were starting the fire just like like.
Here's one of the things you cannot discount because bro, they're always putting California fire tips and shit like that.
Full of tea.
And one of the things that they say when it's really dry, and what the climate change guys are trying to say is, well, our temperatures have never been any hotter than they are right now. And to them, it's because of greenhouse emissions.
All right, let's do it, y'all.
Pollution in the air is not good.
Correct.
All right.
Okay,
Let me just say this. The reason they're 20 miles apart or 20 blocks or whatever, it isn't really arson as much as it's embers. You get like embers from the original fire, and then it hits the other one, and boom, it goes up.
Okay, I agree with that. However, they're showing videos of people starting fires.
Oh, that without a doubt.
Right.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Like there was one guy that he was hunting, I don't know what, and he shot a bullet, and the whole fucking place went up on fire.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. So you gotta understand, it's like when conditions like that arise, it's very dangerous because, bro, in a population of like 20 million people, you're gonna have a percentage like how I call it like a mass shooter. You're going to have arsonists. These crazy people that think starting fires, like, they want to burn things and shit if it becomes very, it is very dangerous.
Well, they started a lot of fires. The homeless, because they're cooking back there and shit.
Right, but my point is, like, the whole thing about,
Yeah, store ass trunk, though.
Really, in the middle of December, early January, like, no, I think of that in the middle of summer. It's like those conditions people. But on the side that people in California do, it's like it's dry. It's not, they're not in the water, and they do not like provided the water for people. I don't understand why. It's crazy. I don't know. But it's funny too. I was looking too at the map. San Diego was under an advisory because of the high winds. You got to worry about people starting fires. So that I don't know why you people live on the West Coast. Oh, by the way, you're beautiful. Because you're probably moving.
Well, you live on the West Coast.
No, but I don't live on the West Coast. Okay, the difference.
What is it? What is it?
The desert. I live in the desert. You live in the West.
You live in the West.
Not the coast, not the West Coast. So the West Coast and the East Coast are two very specific ways. The coast is, along the coast. You have to look on the edge of the water, I don't understand why people want to live there. If you're you're going to worry that, like, they'll live, which is like massive destruction.
That's just a chance to take the way
I would take that chance, That's just I'm in Vegas. We don't have any. It's hot this summer. Dude, this winter has been, the winter's very pleasant. It's 40, 70, I don't think it's only 38 degrees. I don't think that people live in a hoodie.
It's really nice.
Yeah,
but LA doesn't really get that chilly.
Get out of here.
It's on the West Coast. Like, LA is like, LA, San Diego's pleasant year round. Even in harsh summer, it's like you just here, 5 hours to 82 degrees. It was and LA, there's not a lot of rain where you guys live. Like, even though you live in the water, it's not, there's not a lot. But then you just go up 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, get the Oregon channel, it's raining every day. it's kind of like, well, it's like every region of the world is like different and certain things. Like I don't know how like you know when you talk about climate activism, like what do you do to fix it? Because it's kind of different all around the world, you know, from above the equator to below the equator to that level. Private, anyone can get in there. Also, food concerts, like the big player. Camping us next week. Tony and Sickos and all of these guys is that they're oblivious to their own obliviousness.
Sure. Well, and I say it, I use this phrase a lot because it applies in a lot of ways, but they don't know what they don't know. Dave Meltzer knows nothing about producing a television show. He knows nothing about attracting, handholding, and building an audience. The methodology, the art that goes into it. Nothing apart. He can read an article in Variety magazine or TV Insider and memorize it and use it in a conversation to make people think he knows what he's talking about, which is typically what it does, almost all the time. What it does once he gets out of the brain. But he has no clue what he needs to do. You know, you hear him talk about demographics, demos, and look, if you're in the advertising business, you're absolutely right, man. Demos, it all begins and it all ends. It lives or it dies, probably does. No question. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. There are other pieces of the puzzle, to Disco's point earlier. You need the masses in order to sell merchandise, to sell tickets, to buy pay-per-views. And it's not all 18 to 34-year-olds that are doing that. In fact, if you look at AEW's own demos, they're outside of their own demos. Half the rest of the years old. So, and again, they're saying if half of your market audience is outside of the demo, and you're a guy who studies the business, the wrestling business, and you don't realize that a half of your audience is only the 18 to 34, and you're losing them, hand over fist, that's a big study. So maybe you'll get to that chapter. Yeah, in a very arrogant way, he tries to, like, protect his basic criticism people have about his nature. He tries to tell them he have to apologize because they got a $170 million deal, because they're going to be profitable going forward. But this is what he says. But I basically is like, well, dude, WWE just got 787. It's not even that. If nobody can compare, even you can't compare WWE to WWE in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I'm willing to take. You wouldn't get any other skill.
Without being honest about it, but he talks about it. Jack, you ever get a anything? Haven't seen the contract? I'm 100% confident.
Motherfucker sleeping.
Either Dave Meltzer has seen the contract, and AEW's financials, and if he has, he knows within that contract there are thresholds. AEW will have to reach this thing. Now, again, I don't know this is a fact. I've not seen any nothing that don't have thresholds, performance thresholds. Anytime he's such a good salesman, he's going to win it. But let me finish. Thresholds is the number one issue. It's a $170 million contract. They face value. They close attention to people that are listening to this. If you're an aggregator, I call you a parasite. But if you're going to aggregate this, do it in context of the whole thing too. Thank you very much. I have it. That $170 million deal that is the only thing that Dave can stand up is an illusion. Because I don't think it's all that good. I believe that there is a significant portion of that $170 million that has nothing to do with cash. It has everything to do with the cash value of a certain amount of commercial inventory that Turner is providing to AEW. It's called, in contractual terms, in-kind value. What that does, and by the way, that commercial inventory that they're getting is called a running inventory. It's inventory that they have to sell. And they can't sell. So what they do, they say, I'll tell you what, Joe Blow, I know you want $100 million a year for a license fee. I'll give you $50 million in cash.
What are you doing?
$65 million for the promotion. That making the whole deal, whatever the total is. So, again, my own side of promotion, I just have enough confidence to suggest that a large portion of that $170 million deal isn't even a deal. It's significantly less than that. But that's not. Baby knows that. I'll challenge him on that. I'll challenge you right here, Dave. If you have seen this contract, I want you to tell me either there is in-kind promotional value, or tell me that I'm absolutely wrong because you've seen the contract. Damn it, both ways. You either know what you're talking about, or you don't.
Would it be possible that for Tony not to look bad, you have put in some money into that? Like say, here's $50 million, just say this is part of the deal?
I don't know. I mean by that, just because it's creative, but it's a publicly owned company and they generally don't have too much creative. And besides that, there's no real benefit to Turner. This is the one thing that confuses me. There's no real benefit to Turner for that $170 million a year, or $185 million, whatever it is, whatever the number is. I don't believe the number's real anyway. I believe it's partially real, partially in-kind value. Typically, especially when it's fucking broke. And Turner woke up 6 months ago with a $9 billion loss. But this is not a company that's riding high. They're spinning off major divisions because of their supposed performance. So why would CBS not get into this stuff? That there was how much they paid in a license. That's the other part that's weird. And important. So it was negotiated because it was important to Tony. Tony's like Dixie Carter in the sense that the most important thing was the perception. As long as the perception was that he was growing and things were getting better, the reality didn't happen.
I mean, just tell you this. I think that what's happened with AEW, Eric, is, you know, how you said that Tony and Dave had the same taste, like the high flying, the Japanese style, and all that. They found a niche that likes that also, but it's only a niche, and you're not going to make money with a niche. You know, you gotta go to the mass. And so, the other thing that caught me off guard was, why did TNT give them almost double if the ratings were going down as they were negotiating? I mean, let's think about this. When Punk was there, they were doing $1 million. Now they're doing like 600,000. I mean, could there conceivably be a point where TNT says, we're going to move your to another day because they're not performing as well, or as long as they're the #1 cable to show on their, you know, on Wednesdays, they'll continue to have that.
I think it's a good question, and look, there obviously is some value there, and this is the part where we really, there's no reason I hesitate for me to speak on this at all. I have to be clear that I don't have any inside information, and by that I mean, in Turner. I don't know any more to know what they're doing. Clearly, they've got issues. Clearly, they don't have a lot of money. It's a push-run program. Their budgets have got to be exceptionally low because financially, the network
is something you got to say, liar.
Cash. When you're thinking about the division, which is the most profitable division in an entertainment company to support the past time, you know you've got problems. Because so many of the other aspects of your business are losing money or barely breaking even. So there is some generally 500 to 600,000 people that show up every week on Wednesday, whether they're the #1 show that night or the #3 show. You've got enough bodies showing up, or otherwise you just look like an abandoned piece of property and you have no value outside to the outside world. You just the show it on the Netflix. So there is value, which is probably why they kept it, because it does particularly raise a lot of other types of programs. The problem is, that's what I lose. Because that value of creating the perception and reality to the degree that people are showing up at your network, that keeps you alive, it keeps you in the game. You can talk to advertisers, you can talk to producers and make yourself some kind of programming because you're not dead yet. So there's a value to having body shows. The flip side of that is those bodies aren't worth anything. Advertisers are not buying that show. If they are, they're buying it for much roulette special games. It is not a financially successful franchise for the network, but it has value in terms of perception. That's not an unusual strategy at all for them. That was it for some time. And you'll see them now on stream. What Netflix has been doing it now? A year. They're spending so much money investing in content because they want to be perceived as the place to go for the people shooting. You've got to have a lot of, you've got to spend money. Even if some of their shows or a lot of their shows are not even popular or making money, you're still buying it because you need the mass for this good. So I think serious money is making it, they need to allow those people show up and that's more than something you want and some silly like 80 sitcom guy, so let's do that. The problem is they're probably making more silly like 7-year-old sitcoms for $5 than they are on a first-run programming from everybody.
Yeah, because the shows that the lead in the big family, they always have the highest rating in the first segment because they're getting the lead in from and how
They get it over.
How old is the Big Bang? 8 years?
Yeah, I think if you guys want to have some fun and entertain yourself, like if you're on a plane, you have shit to do, and the person next to you is kind of boring, just sit down and take one of the shows from Muscle Minds where they break down the quarter hours.
We do. We do that every day.
Take out Big Bang, and then always get the next to the standards you can.
The Olympic ski slopes everywhere. You know?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this real quick. Netflix is starting on January 6th. We did some hypotheticals here. The Netflix on NFL on Netflix is 30 million, right? On ESPN, average for Monday Night Football is around 15 million. Okay, so we look at streaming versus cable. Okay, what's your prediction on that first Netflix show for WWE? I'm saying, my guess is 6. First show, because it's heavily promoted, I'm gonna say like 5 million for the first show.
I think that this is like you coming to Vegas and betting blackjack.
It's interesting to see like where the breakdowns feel. Right?
No, here's why I think it'll be more than 5 million or 6 million. I think because of the international footprint and it's such a massive fan base internationally that I think it's going to be significantly higher than that. Like I don't know if Netflix exists in media. Sure it does. If somebody else could they're not smart, they're not existing. There's 250 million, not less than 50 million.
You need me.
In India.
You can't see. Hello, the greening.
Because you know, international footprint.
It's fine.
Now, like WWE.
Well, get me.
That Disco goes, oh no, American football has a bigger footprint international. I go, no way. It's bigger than WWE. He goes, you're in Europe, okay? That's it. I'm talking about the whole world.
No, just so you know about the NFL. I was listening to you guys for about 20 minutes. By the way, I love the Lucy segment. I got about 10 minutes for that. You guys do a really good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know something really funny.
Make it make sense.
Professional wrestling and the fucking dust.
Cricket.
Cricket. What do you know these people talk about funny too? Like the TV numbers have actually been kind of underwhelming lately. It's like you're not like what you would think they were. But not from experience. They do their digital so well. Like with YouTube to X to all the time. I was reading, I'm going to dive on this, and they're doing it on a weekly basis. People really subscribe on digital, like on a very attractive basis. And I think what they've done is that they've made it so simplistic for a fan to keep invested in the storyline. I just ever seen them on Twitter and catching up in the set. They'll have the segment, entirety on YouTube, 5-6 minutes. But people are like, I don't even show them. I can catch up to the ball and slow these on. They're 8 stories or so good. And it's just that show.
And that's up to the premium level up. Just like they used to come to the pay-per-view. They can work for free, keep them engaged for free, and then they will come to the platform, whether it's Godfield or whatever. But yeah, it's great. WWE is going to have a big digitally, and every thing. One of the first things that I got wind of from 98 was how much money WWE was investing in their IT. And the website was figuring things out. But sooner at the time, I couldn't get 50 cents to invest in digital. And when we finally got a little bit of a budget for it, in 99, the only people that I could hire to work on the WWE side of our digital company were digital people who didn't have to work. They were so proud the economy was incredible. You had this new amazing business, businesses, really smart people and doing crazy things. There's a people. And we've got some IT guy that's afraid, of a good show, doesn't know how to communicate, but he's really good at fixing computers. Now, he's the head of our IT division. So, I think that, they've been great about it. They've been doing it for 25 or 30 years. They're continuously on the cutting edge of digital. I mean, it's not like they just arrived here, they've been working at this for years.
You know what was a great concept at that time? Was WCW Live was playing as if they were on frequency. Like the internet show that WCW was on a few nights a week, I think, right? That would get something different than WWE had like this for one night a week and it kind of stayed within story.
We did that with Bob Ryder, and the only reason it worked is because Shona wasn't involved in it. That was Bob Ryder did it.
More actually
What we call ourselves community post podcasters. We're just like the original. But if it's going to be like I've got to say, it's the two companies. As long as one company is fully mixed things every show, they're selling out. Whatever they do with the show,
listen.
because they're selling
Oh, Mike Vince.
the show isn't selling out, you're having trouble filling your seats. Then you can look at the numbers. It's like, okay, these numbers are not good because we have direct
Thought that plane was getting rid of it.
And so when people talk about the ratings now, I say, like, well, the only ratings matter any doesn't. Because WWE is selling out. Like, they think somebody's having a problem because, like, that's...
You know what's the thing about WWE, Eric, just across the board, from merchandise and the digital to storyline, they're just the best in the business. And if there were no WWE, AEW would still be in the scene.
I don't want to say convince myself, but I'm trying to lay out, it's pretty good.
I'm not being cheap shot artists, it's the truth.
No, I know it's the truth.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I've given up. Like, I have absolutely zero. I have wondered, I believe I would get the on that. Paying attention. Hoping maybe somebody got who's a pain in the ass. That's the shot, that motherfucker, we should just get rid of it by
I'm not.
But maybe we should really saying, it's completely wrong and stuff like that. And maybe at some point somebody will say, maybe he's right about, let me talk about it. It's ouch. Says horrible, right? And it's like everything I've predicted is going to happen to AEW, going all the way back to 2020, 2021, early. Everything that I predicted has not only come true, but I've shared with people why I predicted. And all of that is come true. And I did it because I was really hoping somebody, even if it was painful, would go, okay, fuck, I hate that guy, but let's at least look at this. But there's not a chance.
Well, not just that. You've been there, you've done that. I always, with Disco, we always go over this. Instead of saying that we're trying to be relevant and all these other lazy tropes, all right? Why don't you listen to us if we were there? Okay? You might learn something if you listen, you know? And a lot of the same things that we were complaining about, we were echoing, okay? And so much of the stuff that we said that at the beginning that was in the past, now a lot of people condemn us. No, we were there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's, look at them. What most of his time is he doesn't realize how negative of an impact Dave Meltzer is on his friends. Because the other Dave wants himself and lies either intentionally or by omission and twists and turns to friendship which is indefensible. The more he does that, the more it turns people off to that brand. You don't want to be associated with somebody who obviously is irrelevant and truly disconnected. As Dave Meltzer, if he thinks that's good, I want nothing to do with it. It's a subconscious thing that's true. So the Hunger Games guys talked about the focus change to right. And one of the Dave's favorite things, and it's funny because Dave used to split the words. I'll give you a couple of them here. Yeah, one of them is relevant. You know, early on, Dave went in, fish up.
Oh, man.
There's desperate, bitter, untied, personally relevant, no answer.
Cocksucker.
Relevance was his word of truth all the time. And what's becoming big hilarious is that there's nobody more irrelevant when it comes to celebration of relationships than Meltzer. And unfortunately, it's all the time. We have turned the general audience, this is watching wrestling, crazy club shit. They have turned back on this, which is the WWE non-side of this thing. They're turning the audience against them. And now the only people that identify with that flag, the Tony flags, people that really want to stand up at your house, and look at the show like this. And you see that people look at the dance. That's what I'm thinking about. So, you know, you think about demographics, it's a lot of graphics that people don't talk about the active that exists in the world of advertising. It's called psychographics. That's actually an important part of the equation. It's not just a what's psychographics. Psychographics, how does your audience feel about something? What's the local? What is this? Who's in the world? What is the 5 or 6 things that you look at the AEW audience, the product, we're looking at the lowest common denominator of the Ferrari generation. And now it's just an exclusive level that we feel a little creepy with associated with it. Which is ironic when it calls it stick-ups.
If indie wrestling elevated to the main stage of no television, if they do this stuff, you just don't do it. The indie wrestling stuff like the deathmatch stuff, war, blood all over the place. It's not. Like, I don't know what you're drawing there.
Yeah, really, yeah. This Leo's great. I could go right upstairs. That damn plane blocked my damn way up, dude.
Remember that group called Fourth Order, what were they called? Fourth Order. Those guys, one of them was on top of another guy, and he was punching him, but he was punching beside his head. Yeah, you ever see that?
I do it.
Great as that.
Hey, it's you're the best wrestler.
Yeah. And it's, I can't believe, the last thing I want to say, that they're trying to make this more sports oriented. They actually still put people's records up like anybody gave a fuck or if it means anything.
I'd like to be the guy whose job is to grab all these different around because you know it doesn't look stuff.
Thing I'm going to try. I don't know if you stuff a bit slower, but it was probably about 2 years ago. Remember this wrestler, Cheetah?
No.
It was a Japanese girl. She got a trophy for being her 50th match. I was like,
Not it.
That's like a Dave Matthews rule. I bet you know it's like, yeah, but you talk about how it works and give it to Steph journalists, so
That might have been a mouthful.
Well, a lot of believers and the shit on him. But Tony was good for the year for 4 years in a row. That's how I wanted to help the business. People want to talk to you about a real subject. Where can they find you?
yeah, I think you do well. That's it, man. Because the podcast in 3 weeks, Alan and I are going to be a live running on Monday night on Netflix, so we're going to cover that show live. And yeah, 3 weeks every week, that's Friday morning. Like, if you get a little angry or shit that, I'll jump on YouTube and watch choices. So, when you go live, I don't do anything live. I have so much fun live. It's real real to me. I get bored with myself really fucking close to this thing.
But there's live, you have to be on your toes. You don't know what you're going to history, what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think I do those different agencies that I can talk about all of this stuff. There's
Anything else you want to plug before we get out of here?
No, I just want to tell you guys I'm happy to be here. I love coming on the show. I know you were the problem when you got here. Looking to be feeling better, kicking ass.
Thank you very much. Blessings to you and your family. Happy New Year.
Thank you, brother.
Then we discover a new Jim Jordan show. The reception calls it just admit no deal.
I'm going to start the mail to make sure I'm going to email up to the person. Okay. So from the Jewish Mexican from Lincoln, Nebraska. What's up, guys? What was a memorable night out with the boys in the Q&A room? Any specific fun stories from the time of Q&A when you went out on the Galactic? We used to go to Hooters after the show. We going to be at the mail first.
Yeah, the whole story.
Yeah.
Because basically all the
I
wrestlers,
just think right.
the wrestlers would meet up there. People that came in for tryouts. A lot of times they were friends of the band would show up there too. Buy the boys, beer, food, and shit like that. But it was just a good meeting place. I used to go there a lot with Aaron Borash, Ron Killing, this.
Harry Ruiz, our Mexican content
producer.
What are your thoughts on Spencer not making his debut on the Raw debut on Netflix? There's rumors it was scrapped the whole Hogan's promo and he was booed out of the building. You guys have said it made too much sense for Spencer's debut to happen in LA. But now it seems to have been postponed to happen in Silicon. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so we just said this on the live chat, but to answer your question, Harry, I don't even think he was in the building because I had spoken to Ray before and I was like, did something get there yet? And it was kind of late. And he goes, no, I don't think he's here today. So, obviously, I think the reason he wasn't there, Harry, is because they had so much shit going on. And maybe he thought Pento was a big enough name, but he would have gone out there, he would have gotten a humongous pop. People would have said, okay, this guy's a star. You know what I'm saying?
Would you think the obvious route to go would be Pentagon and Ray? You know, it could be like, he's the president, facing the past, gold line, and all that shit.
I don't think that every time a
Well, on the opposite side now, bro.
would get done.
Sure.
So whatever makes the most sense.
Yeah. Because I was, back in the day, was hoping that's where Sintar and Ray were going to go, but of course he had other issues with the company. I was looking at it like, maybe it's the guy that could step in and
By the way, have you been hired by CBW yet?
no, well, I had to reschedule the call, and then we had a show in the mirror. I had no show. You know me, dude. Like, now I almost lost interest already.
What?
I don't know. I'm going through some midlife crisis shit right now. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that.
What do you have a rash on your face, by the way? You look like you got a rash. You notice that, Connor?
Yeah, he's very red.
You are very red.
That's not interesting because I stopped drinking energy. And that's usually what makes it really red.
Yeah, you could do that, but nice. Hi, guys. It's Pat from H-Town. Subject is Will Washington. Happy New Year. This is a quick question about Will Washington. Heard you guys talking about him in a recent email. This guy's one of the most embarrassing people to ever been involved in a wrestling company. Since he's the clips of him like castrating the marks, and the guy's cringe to the next level. Mark on another level. My question is, why would anyone think it's a good idea to hire someone like this, let alone in the creative capacity? Who else? Do the Texans have any shot at beating the Chiefs in the playoffs? No.
Go a bum,
They
man.
don't have
And
a
this,
shot at beating the Chargers. Yeah, well, Tony said he had his eye on this guy for a while, and I guess he liked his questions of the scrimmage. Other than that, I
But
think
this is what I think. Remember that? But remember you told me.
yeah, Wayne's the only one left.
Yeah,
This other joke. So anyway, so I quit. Remember you told me that this guy was calling Tony out for not having enough African Americans and that.
he was doing, I think, like a ratings analysis of minutes per TV time of African American talent.
right, he had a chart. He had a statistics.
So to me, this was a DEI item. An African American is the one that's making the most noise. Because you don't see him doing shit like that up there now.
Well, he doesn't work for FIFO. Does he still work for FIFO?
No, he's a
Yeah, he's a AW guy.
Well, everything he was able to control the narrative for this guy. He's not writing about that, right? And I hired a black guy.
We actually got a response to this on the Facebook page.
What do you think of
Well,
that?
let's see. Well, what are your response from the Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, so at Taylor Tony on Facebook is our Facebook page. You can send messages there. It's not necessarily, they're not all going to get read to them quickly, so if you want your shit to get read to them to the mail. But this was interesting to me. Jonathan Joe Johnson sent me a message and said, I wish you guys had an entertainment plan to ask about your watching the DEI. DEI is above their racism. When a white dude fails, he fails. When a woman or minority fails, it's blamed on DEI to imply they didn't deserve a job because you only got to check a box to placate people. You don't feed into that, no?
Oh, like that doesn't happen, dude?
No, it's literally, first of all, it's not racist. It's like you're literally saying, I'm not looking to hire the best person. I'm looking to hire this specific racial minority, this ethnic group. I'm specifically looking to hire this gender. I'm specifically looking to hire, and I will look, okay, and I'm not saying it's like, they got the worst of that ethnic group, but, you know,
Oh,
literally
God, good job, man.
specific ethnicity in a hire. And I'm like, you know, that's exactly, it's not racist. It's not racist to point out that's not the best way to run a business. You know, it's literally, it's reverse racism. Now you're discriminating against other ethnicities.
This guy said
That's
that.
more qualified. That's the big issue with, well, the liberals, that's their take on DEI. What that guy just said before. Okay? More conservative people look at that as like, bro, you're discriminating against another group of people. Like, specifically, I'm just going to hire this, like, the people of this race and this color and this LGBTQ, I'm going to hire a gay person, you know. Like thinking that is how a business should operate, that you should have a bunch of people, you know, no matter what type of job it is, that there's all the people should be fit in certain ratios of the demographic of racial engagement, and they should represent the makeup of the United States, being absurd. But then I'm just say this, okay? Let's start with the NBA. Okay, let's just start with the NBA. Because the NBA sports, okay, are what you literally get you to get hired and get drafted. Because your skill is just higher than the people that get drafted in that perception. Okay, it's completely merit-based. And every business should hire like that. Merit-based. What is your skill level? What do you bring to the business? That's how you should hire the position like Tony said.
Why are you turning around?
Your agents. It's like, all right, well, they're better than the other workers, and I want to, that's what this said.
And I just thought of this before I forget. Bro, so we're low standards for the guy that wrote this to meet diversity goals.
Absolutely. And they think that's fine.
Critics should be the only measure, especially critical fields. And what matters is the ability to do the job, not the color of your skin. Let's focus on raising everyone's level equal grade. That's what you do.
A lot of major companies, this is kind of telling you, they really want to a lot of
Let's look at it.
I was looking for the day, including the Barrett, Walmart, Ford, Lowe's, John Deere, but this is kind of fun, but let's just say it's 600 electric. Here's some of the people who've met with them themselves. He met with Pluto, he overturned. He met with Zuckerberg. Now Zuckerberg was taking out his fact-checking department because they were leaning one way. So it just seems to me like there's a lot of
Zuckerberg hired Dana White.
Dana White, yeah.
Friend of Trump's.
Yep.
And
There's a lot of
Well, they're winning at the winning side. Like, it's the country that conquers America, like, basically, the other half don't. Like, let's get on the side of the people that think it's the you know, like,
guys that have money know they're going to make more money having fun. But, you know, defending them instead of, you know, walking ahead with them. You know what I'm saying?
like, to make, I don't know who this is, but one of them, a resident focus on the big rock. And the subject is Goldberg versus Gilbert. What do you know about the current keep issue Bill Goldberg and Wayne Gill? Gilbert is the man of source from someone who looks like Gilbert that has come on top of his wrestling career, protecting the belief that the Gilbert coach also figures issues, etc. And WWE video game appearances for any Goldberg versus Gilbert match. Academic to WWE never said Big Bill was bad news. Yes, I do. Bill Goldberg said during the movie progression battlefield, I hated the Gilbert thing in the beginning. I just absolutely hated it. I wanted to rip the guy's face off. I wanted to really kill him. But that means it worked. When Bill Goldberg came with the fact that Barry West backstage at Hudson West because of Barry getting face off. 100%. He was very sensitive criticism. So we didn't want to do that.
And the worst part is that Wiggling, that's all.
Extra Matthew made the question of who component. Now the effect on the Iranian tobacco that he usually consumes set up. Something about smokers who they have to go in the garage and not smell the house. Thanks in advance, that's what Matthew made some say on the detail.
Yeah,
You don't flower, you don't smoke flower in the house. Oh, does you really?
yeah, it's tasty.
The man can vape in the house.
good dates from the smooth.
Better than doing. So when I really want to get some real effect, I go to the garage, open up the thing, right over there.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta try.
Yeah, but to me, there's nothing better than a door. Definitely fine. I'm good when you can.
Plus, there's such a variety of them. Sometimes they can sneak up on them. So when you're like, oh, shit.
Hello, this is Leo from Wait Color Weekend. Hello, this is Leo from Indianapolis. Wait Color Weekend is the special WWR that is spoken about even in case days. But below, I read that this is simple. Even in case days, how do you find they want anyone to push anyone else to AEW? What are your thoughts on that? Thank you. Can you believe that? Like, what do you want anybody thinking that, I'm telling you the one that everybody thinks that anybody's thinking anything else other than that he's a slow book. That's what Wade Keller just said. What do you think about that?
Okay, well, Wade Keller dealing with Brooks Sports. Somebody must have told them. Does not surprise me.
Right.
You know, because I hear people that know him very well that they say, first thing he looks at is what they said about him, the second thing is where he goes.
Right. So he's too very focused.
Yeah.
Thanks for Jason Church from New Homework for Atlanta. Hey guys, first question for this guy. Back in 2010, the Bryce Young was the worst draft pick in the past 10 years. How did you feel watching Bryce put a 44 to 5 and getting the playoffs in the second 3 years? Without that didn't end the playoffs if they win it. Next, I want to ask you about the pay-per-view decision. Buck Bagwell was talking about how Bischoff had many of the NWO that was flying in Minneapolis and riding motorcycles in Compton, which is true. But it seems like a long ride that would be badass to do. Tell me, did you take part of that? How did you think the good changes in the pay-per-view so that it could have worked? I was a fan of the atmosphere, but I felt they did it too soon after Bash at the beach, but didn't really have any momentum. Thanks, that's Jason Church from November, Atlanta. I would have, Bryce Young, after he got benched and he came back, he was absolutely a completely different player. All credit to him. I don't know what he did in those like 2 or 3 or 4 weeks off that he learned, but he came back and was tremendously better. So he was atrocious.
Exactly, he was terrible. And I couldn't believe that they were going to give him out of the hands, and they did. But you know, something I was reading the other day, they hired that guy Dave Canales as the head coach,
Right.
and he basically helped Geno Smith, who didn't start off good either, Baker Mayfield, and this guy's helped Bryce Young a lot. Bro, Bryce
It's like 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, 2 rushing and 3 passes. You really good, but how about points?
We'll talk about sports. I want to get to this. About that. So, let me tell you one thing about the Sturgis for so fast. Well, literally, the hotel we stayed in was the worst hotel that we've ever stayed in when we both ever stayed. So, that's number 1. Number 2, the place was a death. And like, if this guy doesn't, what he's done to improve it and made it work, it's a freaking biker ride. All the biker marks that he did it, right where he showed a biker rally, it was terrible.
And he forgot to ask. Hotel is far as shit. And the only way you could get there was in the bus.
Yeah.
With all the wrestlers packed.
And the hotel was looking for like, yes.
And
No room service or anything was hurt.
we had no dressing. It was so hot mud. Okay? We were like the traders. So it was everybody wanted to be the trader. It was dirty stuff. I did things that had super cool look. That was really cool. They were like a brand show cool roll. You know what I'm saying? And that was just an excuse to bike ride with 10 of your wrestler friends, you know, and I was on a motorcycle, so I was very loud and saying I hate Sturgis. They made sure I went everywhere.
Thank you so much for food pie. Cleveland, Ohio. Shoot pie. Subject is pussies in the arena. Well, gentlemen, for much of few good members, we had a question to call regarding the service and expertise. The private Santiago deserve to get the program if they do this country's service by killing them. We don't need pussy serving, which is a good way to weed them out. Jack Nicholson and Keith are someone with the real heroes of that movie. What's in your phone here? Yes, Demi Moore still would. Instead of Sylvia Wilson. You the program, that's right.
100%.
Really? So you were the only
I wish you would have been instead of a Latino. Okay? I would be like this. You know, this is what you get. And then Deanne Nicholson with one of the greatest people ever. Can't handle the food. That guy did that well. Like me, that you should do.
Is that the truth? Is that the truth?
Needing now.
That is the truth. That's just like the Nicholson was kind of like the Trump character. Like the Donald Trump character.
He was great.
There's like the woke girl.
Ron was great in that too. There was like excellent movie.
That's just Ron Riley. That's just Hall of Fame. Gentlemen, do you believe it's time to hide referees and production for starting the WWE Hall of Fame? Did Triple H will do so? He's very disrespectful to celebrities like Drew Carey, Kid Rock, Kentucky, with Theo and Similar neither of you legends are going to be adult. And that's not a bad question, but see, the referees have been really good at production.
Yeah, Joe. Sam White.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. What was the question? Oh, should we put these guys in the Hall of Fame?
Sure.
Let me ask you a question, okay? This one mentioned Drew Carey. What did Drew Carey do to get into the Hall of Fame?
He was in the Royal Rumble one time in 2001. I think he might have guest hosted all down the line, but yes, that's a quick way of saying question. He didn't do anything. He showed up.
What did Kid Rock do?
He's the thing that recommending he's all faithful because Tim White went into the Hall of Fame in 2023. The recipient of the award.
That for misinformation and not being
If you went in nice room,
But he's good. He's good. He's very good.
yeah, Tim was the referee that gave him the Warrior.
Let me ask you this. They still haven't built an actual Hall of Fame yet, have they?
No, there's been talk for years.
Literal Hall of Fame. Look at the Red Sox. Hall of Fame should be good for
Well, let me tell you something. I was there for that weekend, and if you're ever against the ring, like either you're introducing somebody or going yourself or whatever, you're going to have the greatest time they can. Like, they feel like a superstar, or they get it.
like some James Johnson from Dayton. You can see the body kill video with Richard Reed's stuff with the ice cream going up. The whole thing is the baby which one would be the answer. So which one do you guys think it is? But,
Well, I saw this video.
you did? Who did you think would be the answer?
Well, it's like an 8 or 10 minute video. But I think he thinks that the cop's being an asshole because he bottom of the star part. I think the license plate had expired.
Right, so
The license had expired.
hey,
And then Ice-T was telling me the DMV is right over there. He had like envelope, big envelope, and like license plate and stuff like that. See, I'm taking it to DMV. Let me walk over there. So no, I can't. And then he called the supervisor over. Let this woman happen. Here's another thing. Nobody recognized Ice-T.
oh really?
Yeah, when everywhere you go, most people recognize you. It's kind of weird. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Almost like, you know what was weird? Remember when they arrested Tyreek Hill? Well, like, right in front of the stadium, and none of the cops knew who he was?
Oh, they did know who he was.
You don't know. So you don't know who that is? I think Ice-T was also, like, nobody was, you know what I'm saying? But if he would have had his license plate on point, this would have happened.
Hey guys, Johnson Bridge in Australia. I want to ask you to put your voice on it with you and then put your paper in your students here. Now what you think of the broadcast partner is picking out.
Allison.
Do you think based on Triple H's concept that the only the three pretty much events that have to be open before that major event methods to be fought? I have no idea what the one is.
You can take care of really good to the skin. If they're not in sequence, either way, they can't get each other. So there won't be that much of a difference. If they know what to do,
Not that.
right?
Yeah, but you know, don't know if I'm going to do it. So that's what the future says.
Yeah.
The next is from, hi guys, Chris from the North. You guys make any New Year's resolutions? You kept up with it so far. The New Year's resolutions were open 30 with going fat food. I've been keeping up with mine, though. Diet and exercise. What about you?
Yeah, I gotta start exercising every 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I very rarely eat it. It's bad quality. And I don't want to be eating shit food. That's all there is to it.
Jonathan, new Patreon subscriber from Chris and Chris Cancer Channel. Here's how the one person found the proof of beta male, ultimate smoke for Jensen Patel got to step down in 5 minutes with a low approval rating of 9 Good riddance to carbon packed loving comments. If any of you that fucking take the reason for that for watching Dropbox, please hear proof of watching recent release Yak, a documentary. Actually, one of the shows now found the spirit and the ever done quote. Also, never make to mention right words or activities is very low. Which of these are the widest group? Waiting for a concert or Father's Day? Did you see back in Iran how the best all the care for the crew was? What
does that for 50 mean?
I was thinking that, I was like, that's Father's Day is the widest.
What's standing still at?
I guess it's a little
Every every
Which is the widest? Yeah. It'll probably be a I did watch it. It was excellent. So basically, you know that kind of like Rhythm Rock, which I guess maybe people when they're on the young listen to. I'm not sure. Or like Stevie Dan, Michael McDonald, they have Kenny Loggins. Like remember the guys who they're running Christopher Cross maybe?
Yeah.
You remember Christopher Cross?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so he's on there too. Right.
The Aaron from Cold Lake, New Jersey. Hey guys,
Did you miss one? There was one before the other. It was really short. Chris from the North, did you get that one?
Yeah. You think you could think that you actually asked me about it. Chris from the North. You actually asked me about the the New Year's resolution.
Okay, I missed
The next is from Aaron from Cold Lake, New Jersey. Hey guys, it's funny DIN job. How many times traveling the world was your favorite city to visit within the USN worldwide? Thank you guys, it's from Aaron. Every kid in the U.S. was on for, like the Marriott Hotel, their own jumping at the show. You didn't really have to go out, and you go out. And you could go to casinos, and you had to come to good, and you go to Sabatino guys, too, after the show. And also, we were like definitely a Melbourne Brown casino, like in one of those, like this, those are near state,
Definitely, right? Definitely in New York. You can expect definitely San Francisco, Oakland. Let me pick something Oakland. I love Oakland.
I was sitting go out at that.
I was stationed. Let me to come to maybe that ship like that. So I grew up in the 80s in Oakland. Colorado Springs, bro. I think that place is beautiful. I agree with you. I did. I don't know how you did. I didn't live in the United States. I'm definitely living in Australia.
Eddie Gonzalez, if you look up, but why is it the Vince Russo, you get told, this is the more and more. As a brain member, I'm really trying to get more of it. There's a lot of dumb things on the shows and all that. He's putting it at home already. His 9-year-old father is more sensitive. I think my thing is Vince is that the symptoms of the post-concussion syndrome Goldberg scheme, it's catching up with him in the later years and he's becoming mentally retarded. That's what I think try.
I think because I'm in the brain Facebook, I see a lot of this stuff. It's that for years his brain was like negativity, castrating marks, and hating on WWE and stuff. So he continues to hate on WWE, but the problem is a lot of the brain members no longer believe it. They think they take it as shit. He's just shitting like a shit on it or bitter or whatever. But a lot of brain members don't have it.
They're going to be included.
Maybe like the shitty old.
But we can't really make
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. That's a lot of what I want to see in the brain Facebook.
We never got to say what was your favorite city outside of Delta.
When I was in Nashville for Starcast and SummerSlam a few years ago, the little time I had to go up and down, I think it was Main Street, whatever it's called, but that main street with all the bars and clubs, that was amazing, dude. That was like a non-stop party. I've never kind of things I've ever seen.
people come and restaurant in Nashville.
But I had a really good time.
Did you share a room with somebody?
Yeah, that's when I shared with Patrick. We stepped back to back for that.
I do want to talk about this because this Netflix spin out the information. Take a guess at what the global number was, take a guess at what the US number was. They both were 50
4 million?
1.9 million global. That's what we predicted, because we just said,
Well, you said, you were actually very close, but you said 50 million. I said 3 million.
okay, because we took a basic evaluation because we wanted to streaming to the NFL and the cable television. Like, that was not a hard equation to figure out. What do you think about this USA? 2.6. Which is good, because basically, a very good stack down would be like 2.4, 2.5, okay? Which is basically, that's your WWE television viewing audience. So you max out. Thinking about people who just live if you figure everybody being here with watches, you can give you very, it's 2.6 million, potential viewers on your typical weekend for the crowd, right? And they do right now, it's like 1.6. Okay, so you figure, there's like 1 million casual fans. Okay, now you're going to put them in 1.6 if you just do the radio, whatever, 1.5, but you never go up, there's 1 million people that don't watch the bitch every week, okay? And there's tens of millions of people that just catch up with them on social media. So I would say probably like there's double the audience that doesn't watch the show. Okay, another probably 2.5 million, but like, I think it doesn't mean like on a weekly basis. 10 million people that pursue their job. And I watch some of it because they're an advocate. So the fact that they're selling out the shows. And it's very easy. Only to figure out based on what we did back in the 90s when we were selling out, we were doing like we were going to dance. Stuff like that. And we were selling out every show. So you figure that how many people that came to watch them they can fill their leagues, you know, so would you agree with that?
Pretty much.
So let's get to a point that isn't going 2.6 million fans. You went to AEW.
Yes. Ratings are okay.
And when I looked an hour ago, they usually have like 2 hours.
Right.
Jeez. Still, oh, it's nice. They should have guy at the end of the final with the directors here. Get maybe we can say that he's stupid. The truth Drew McIntyre's defense Twitter call what they're not. Yeah, he's a fine. First thing I did, he got the translation. He was going to play out those direct matches. Oh, that's weird. What more they going on? So AEW went back to their one platform with the lazy formula, just like instead of trying to show like a good recap of everything that's going on, they could write the reaction. This is the funny thing about it. So the first match, the Will Ospreay against Buddy Matthews. Okay? Now, you know, they were advertising this match on Twitter. And there was a lot of purpose to fight. Like, what's the deal here, right? So listen to how this started, okay? The announcers have a match. The show started to come out with it. This was the sell-up. The announcers tried to sell the idea that Buddy Matthews was set that Ospreay had eliminated Brody King from the Continental class. Like that was their selling force for this match. Like that's what so based on that, okay? Based on that's what they get to sell was before this match started. So they go to have the typical one after they have the rest of the weeks like at least 12 minutes every time we wrestle, I guess. Do all that stuff. Match. Buddy Matthews was pretty good, so this was a decent match, but they still did a lot of stuff out of it. So Ospreay beat him. Okay, now this is like revenge for Buddy Murphy.
That's smooth.
I mean, Brody King was trying to you beat up or something, but instead after the match, well, they do this far too often. They grab the microphone from Murphy and do the highest spot. The point of the even says Brody King don't need to be a follower for anything. So you can see a person trying to people going to work hard enough, and if you ever need a man in his corner, he was the guy. He stood up his hand for a handshake and Murphy accepted. What did you think about this in the Heat clip?
Here's the thing, though. He was so tired. He was somebody knows his words, because at one point, he called the guy Buddy Murphy.
Right.
But I thought it was a good one. But that was a problem with Ospreay.
It's got the two of them.
Because they don't have the best wrestler. They can put, you know what, like, you can't beat anybody good. Right. Supposed to be your best wrestler. This match was good. Right now, there's a problem. I would like to know what you think this could be. But Tony Schiavone was
The people say that they like being booked because of the bonus. Yeah,
I think he could bring him up. He loves the boys to be the one
yeah, so the problem too with this is that, you know, that there's really no storyline here. So that really, they're just looking at the match and the movie with the fans, and they're like, you're not going to, you know, had a question. What about which, what again? What team?
Come on, damn it, let's move.
Okay, so next is going to see. Okay, so next is they have a video package, which, yeah, not really metal. Okay, so video package, recap AEW's participation in WrestleTag, which I don't know how many of the fans watched that. So, back in the, so this was the thing. Okay, so let me go back to the review. I was party at a Venus Road. So did you see this? If they're in Clarksville, Tennessee, they're not in like New York or Baltimore or like, you know, Miami, so they're in Clarksville, Tennessee. Okay? And a group of women, 5 girls come out there, and what's the best way we can describe it? Okay, so it's party, like the, you know, they're like a typical of Clarksville, Tennessee. They weren't wearing like really sexy designer clothes or anything that was like a very, you know, style. So they spoke about me to play the first tag team championship. They have room. That's the champion. It's still ready to celebrate. They're going to look for the first to me. Because these guys missed an opportunity to carry these floors. Okay, so it hurts them if you come up there. Because they're there at party too, because they weren't on business. And then they be able to post it on the party from counting matches, especially defending the championship. So Lashley posted the first to the kitten, they said they would take the tag team time. And then they continued to ring for the next match with Mark Briscoe versus Bobby Lashley. And they went like 9 minutes, which is probably too long based on the way they finished. Because Lashley, pretty much a hurt Lashley. Either. So then afterwards they start beating up Briscoe, and then Private Party was out there with chairs, and they ran these guys off. And it did not. Like, what did you think about this one? With the two kids with chairs, like, running those guys off.
It's
what they should have done. Okay? They should have ran them off. Like, go in there, swing the chairs, and the guys have to jump out of the ring because you're swinging the chairs out. They ran out there and slipped it, and like snapped. And they're standing to making the face up with them, and they're holding the chairs. And it's like, it was not a good visual. Like, the same thing when it looked nasty, and you were thinking, like, I was thinking, like, okay, I think the Hurt Business is going to beat them up here. But they just kind of like slowly left the ring. That's kind of like, I'll be too critical.
No, the problem is that, like, they're still trying to get over right now because they gave you the belts, right? And they try to be cool, but it feels forced if it isn't organic. Like RBE, organic, it's cool. These guys are just out there, trying to be over the top and, like, very manufactured feel to me. Almost like, remember when they had that team with Swerve, AJ Francis, remember that team they had a tag team?
Oh, we'll see. Good.
Okay, so I would say this back then. The only group out there is Swerve, everybody else is being worked too hard. So it almost feels like these guys are working the crew over. MVP and his boys come in and with their heels. And they're like cool heels, and it's hard to do a cool heel, Yeah. And it looks like they're going for the tag team title and the gold cup and take it from them.
So then, when you get I don't think October hasn't been on show.
But you know what it looks like? When they went out there, and they took their champagne or whatever, and they we're going to beat your ass Lashley. Bro, it just looked like two teenagers instead of
That's what it looked like. The position is not. So then we have to consider going on that. I'm not going to go over everything really quickly. The gist of it was that it was kind of within the well, I think they're just trying to set a bunch of stuff up for the future matches.
That's just stupid.
They got Ricochet and Fox. So Wheeler Yuta came out, Archer was there, Colorado, but this is the finish. They were pretty funny. Jeff Jarrett, okay, the Wheeler Yuta's in this match. I have no idea why he's in this match with John Moxley's champ, right? So Jarrett comes out, okay? Now Jarrett had the comment last week that he was going to try and win the championship, right? So he's in this match. Wheeler Yuta jumped him as he was walking to the ring to begin the ring. And the Dragons were actually very interested, okay? So he comes out and attacks Kane O'Reilly, okay? So now this gets kind of confused. Not confused, it's just like very awkward. So when Mae Young comes to the ring to interview Asuka, Asuka doesn't have a match against Cassidy for 3 weeks, okay? And she asked him what it meant to challenge Moxley next week, and Asuka Moxley was the one who brought him into AEW to make those statements when he was going to play next week to make Moxley his pitch. So then Jarrett comes back to the ring. Okay, he's everything new. And Ian McAvody's now interviewing Jarrett. Said he was hoping for Jarrett to touch the score beginning, and for the last hour of the match, he was still fucking 6 points down. Bro, I don't know what Jeff should have been absolutely just pissed here. Like, I don't remember, it's just kind of like he just kind of throw over to somebody else. Like, you don't know what happened. Because Peter dragged him away, then he came back for fucking bro. And then he comes out with 2 points. and they have a back and forth because MJF caught Jarrett. Jarrett said he was comfortable being a rock bottom, but just for the opportunity to scratch the ball way back to the top. And Jarrett said he didn't beat MJF. He wasn't buying whatever he's selling. He called him a title freaking rep. What did you think about this whole segment from the start of the Casino to the ending with the promo with Jarrett and MJF?
Well, I thought the Casino Gauntlet was pretty good. Usually I don't like them. I like that they did use like mid-card guys, you know, they use some big names in it. Wheeler and Ricochet were kind of like they stood up as heels because they fucked over, you know, fan favorites. I was very shocked that he won. Glad he did. You know, the Jarrett thing with Judah, I hope that's not going to be a match I'm kind of looking forward to. You know, they were in Tennessee, so obviously Jarrett was going to be over, so that was a good thing. I just thought, bro, MJF has kind of gotten old ever since. Remember when they were partnering with
how can he is cold? How can he heat up these angles?
Right, but that's not admitting to that. Yeah, so the thing is, you know, the thing with that whole was terrible, and then they extended, you know what I'm saying? So like finish and him revealing to be him, you know, make Cole look better. Okay? And they took one broke his leg or something like that, or his ankle, yeah. Right? And MJF hasn't really done anything since then. You know? They were both good on the mic. Is that what we're building up to? MJF versus Jarrett?
I mean, I don't know. I'm curious to see what the number on the show is going to be. It's just like reading this is just kind of like you just kind of confused. Like what? You know what? Yeah. So then Hope comes out with promo.
Wait a minute. What's his name?
Oh, that's terrible. But he does have an interesting shirt that says Legend, but it's spelled Legend, like Edge. Yeah. Like, that was smart, yeah. But basically, instead of promo on
damn! I had the bastard!
That's how they come out. And they go with fantasy well because they're just dressed in like their regular street clothes. They're boxing out on like a Gap shirt. I'm like, dude, why don't you just, I mean, come on, man. You're supposed to be the number one field faction. You look like fans. You're just like the fans, like guys that like walking down the street.
I had the motherfucker.
And basically, they were jumping behind the FDR. The FDR like this, you know, with them. So Maria Shafir slid the briefcase in the ring and tackling in the ring and took him out with the briefcase as he was distracted by Shafir. Threatened he was going to hit Shafir, but he didn't. But Shafir produced a plastic bag and he was going to put the bag on himself to do that angle damage. That's some time ago. Then of course he put her around and make himself powerhouse Hopkins way back out because he got a massive punching of two. And the Death Riders literally just retreated. And I'm like, does this get you interested in Hobbs versus Moxley? No. Did this get you interested in Oakland versus Moxley?
No, and the fears of problem that the Oakland versus Moxley is still 2 months away. Right? We're going to have to fill in all that time. Okay? A lot of people were complaining that, like, even though I didn't even see Jericho on the show, they were complaining that another 50-year-old Jericho,
that's true. That's a good. It was a valid criticism. They had all three of those guys in major segments on the show.
But they know what they're doing.
I'm aware of that, but like the thing is, that's been it's kind of weird that the criticism. Well, that's what I think that this is interesting. Dave Meltzer is critical of that. This is almost like an FU to Dave Meltzer. The only that we're going audio with. Those are ones that are so terrible. So then we come back to Brian May and how the families come home with each other. They're very hot.
Yeah.
But Harvey came and acted like she wasn't his promo. Those were expected to be exactly the video. I know. I don't know why she's acting, but she should act more like seductive. It's like overacting. Like,
I just think she's very trouble. She does a lot of goofy stuff, but she is funny, but she's also very attractive. She's just probably like, fuck it, I'm getting TV, I'm spending goofy right now, maybe one day I I'll be a serious character, but at least she's getting a lot of TV time, even though she always loses.
So then they have the three-way for the end of the casino, which is to be the first person in the casino gauntlet match. Okay? This is actually the main event for the Revo. So the actual match will be.
Okay, I know. When I saw that, because I didn't know what was going to be the next segment,
Right.
I thought, this is the main event?
Right.
So they put in the 12 or
The Chris Statlander won, and then they go backstage afterwards and they come up with the Tony Storm was in a new territory. And it was an honor to be out there.
No, you idiot!
Big stage. He said she'll keep working hard, but he can't be 20 all the time, and she apologize and let the interview have a sad note. I'm sorry, but I think the other 22 characters still won't.
No!
Jigula.
Oh, cause that stupid ass
Here's
plane.
the thing, bro. These are three of the best wrestlers in AEW.
They're women wrestlers.
Women wrestler, and it was a good match. But I'm gonna make a point in a minute.
Good.
But it was a little bit hard because they're all baby faces. Okay, so there was really no heat. People were popping for the big moves. But let me show you the difference. So I saw a match on Tuesday between Julia and Roxanne Perez.
Uh-huh.
Watch that match. There's nobody in AEW doing
God
that.
damn it.
Almost everything they did was logical. Even the forum spot that you don't like.
You stupid person ruin everything.
You
Right.
know, and
Yeah.
their match is very logical, very well
Ruin
done.
everything.
This actually started off with a decent
Which is stupidity.
match because they were selling tackles.
Right.
Like they're stopping, they were just knocking each other down for a while. That was like, because they're all decent sized girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they're put, like, the concept was there for this, but just, sometimes these girls just get, like I said, they get ahead of their skis and do these too confusing spots and just everything. And they're slower than they should be to do the spot correct. I don't know, but these girls, it was fine. But like I'm saying, it's still like, I don't know, it's like that AEW style where there's still too much indie stuff in these matches. You know what I mean? So
No. Put me in the damn thing by myself, huh?
I would have worn a nice suit. And, I don't know.
Let's just say this: from what he normally wears, which
Yeah.
it looks like he,
Or shorts and
he's going out to clean his car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so this was an upgrade.
That's an upgrade, but it's like, dude, like the truth, like this is interesting too.
Right, like can't you afford a suit or a blazer or something?
This is stupid.
Matches with his robe and stuff, like he looks like
Right,
a soccer trainer.
Moved on in every fucking thing.
So Kenny Omega comes down to his new theme that he debuted in Japan, and the song is super lame. It's a typical Japanese wrestling song. And he opened up and said it was a little over a year ago. He checked himself in the hospital and told he had diverticulitis. They took 2 feet of his intestines from him. If he hadn't checked himself in when he did, he might not have lived to talk about it. He continued to say his first 2 questions for the doctor: how long it could probably take and how long until he could get back in the ring. The doctor told him that he'd be lucky to return to a normal way of life, let alone return to be the old Kenny Omega. He recalled going back into the hospital 4 more times for a month at a time, and he questioned whether it would be safe to call it a career. He recalled thinking about whether it would be worth carrying on without the people he decided he would fight to make his return. Omega recalled that he tested himself in Japan over the weekend and found that even though he wouldn't be the man he used to be, this new version of him was just as dangerous because he wasn't in it for the money or the power. I want to say something before Taylor had his reps. One thing that's very interesting that I don't think that doctors fully understand is that the amount of professional wrestling, the professional wrestling lifestyle is very stressful on your body. I mean, it's just, I don't think doctors understand because there's so many wrestlers in the world compared to the rest of the general population. I don't think people understand that the rest compared to normal human beings. You know what I'm saying? Like they would get, how much of your and it's like,
Talk that shit now, bitch. You better run.
Disco on Twitter, at Disco Master GG on let's check this out. Vince Russo show on RussoBrand.com, the QA show called. And then just talking about discussion, kind of like a Caleb having politics, like wrestling, politics, things, everything. And she means that goes every conversation. Like he's our good on this show. He brings it, really only do that. That's a good conversation. And also, if you want to continue to tap our Jungle Club this year, 702-869-0003. Mention my name, there's the podcast. It's in the little pickup, get your free drink.
Looks like a good deal, so check this out. If you happen to be in Vegas and you spot DI at the Korean barbecue, the sports betting place, where there's a customary bourbon and one round, don't be afraid to put another bourbon in the other, and you only take these brands. Call it Russell and Buffalo Trace.
No, the third one.
They do it with them.
It's a little pricey, so you should visit the shop. It's like more expensive, but if you just buy the bottle, the liquor is cheaper. Angels and the delicious and your taste yes.
So Angels and the also there. And
So you made us look big. You made us look big.
Jack Daniels, remember that?
so,
Yeah, Sergeant Jack Daniels. So we put a little that's like the old school wrestling deck. Sergeant Jack Daniels.
we want to run the size would be the shot from Taylor State, whatever. So that was his way to make it.
So, and don't be afraid to stick a hot dog in his car hole. Don't mistake his nose for the hot dog when you put up the rally. And you don't just run up to him and start talking left with him like you know him or something. There's a little protocol that goes a little something like this. Boom, first you give him a compliment, then you give him another compliment, then you can ask him a question. You can stop him for mandatory minutes just a time. If you put him over additional time, you can add a name and tell him, you got it like that. At no time will there be any direct eye contact. $20 handshake gets you an autograph picture another round. But if you get drunk and obnoxious and or don't put him over, you will be good.
Yeah, 81, that's
At this time you can tell him, you so girl, because you're getting ready to stick permanent removal. Joe. Yes, sir? Good news. What you got? Hugs kisses are back on the table, especially for key transgenders and non-binaries. This for gentlemen, college officers, manufacturing bulging those cold. Secret menu hand job of the week is the pina colada get bliss. Inside some, yeah. So, and you can get this at the Shake Shack. He does provide wet wipes, and he will teabag you for free with dipping sauces from barbecue to ranch to mojito. And just so you know, Joe, he's got more flavors than Wingstop. Coming soon, lemon pepper. Okay, I like that.
Right,
You
me.
can whip it to the 3D virtual reality. Unfortunately, 3D glasses, VR goggles are not included. This is from 3 to 5 a.m. in the morning, and this, Joe, is a limited offer. Boom. You can check me out
7327.
at KONNAN 5150. We just want to remind everybody to check out our Patreon. That's where we make some real money, no ads. We try to be anti-formulaic. And all the extra audio and video that didn't fit on the show, we put it there. What else, Joe?
Well, $15 tier and up is where you get your ad-free versions of the show also early.
Hi,
So
Boom.
you'll get the bonus mailbags.
Hey, my girl.
Sports talks and rehash earlier.
I want to thank everybody.
I'm about to whoop this, finish it off.
Also, you know, on our Patreon,
Yeah, things as well.
Love you, Free.
of straight subscriber growth. So thank you for riding with us and listening.
Look
to
how
the main
beautiful
show,
I
all the
am.
other shows, the rehash, sports, and mailbag.
No, I'm early with
Thank you
this.
for all your support
I
over the
came home
years.
early today. Got some disease. Yeah, got some sleep. Now I'm doing this and I'm going to finish it off. I'm kicking their asses.
I'm going to check that on you.
Thanks for listening to Taylor. This is anytime you send us a show for you today. You know what I said, if it's your team, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Please support Taylor Hunter with turning on this show, the first Patreon site, Patreon.com.
Bringing it in like an idiot.
Patreon. The new content includes raw, top-down, and open down as well as monthly Taylor viewing.
Oh, you got to do something.
Includes 7 years of content, as well as exclusive audio and video that shows personal and content. As you see from the document, here is the area. Also includes the community and the newspaper with the kids to either a live Q&A, a live black lab, or a segment discussing the last big event. Make sure you subscribe and follow the podcast so that your first podcast signal. As Cleveland Hundred releases 2 shows every week, including Cleveland Hundred Sports, Cleveland Hundred Hot, Cleveland Hundred News, and Cleveland Hundred. If you want to see how many of the shows you know individually, you can check out their Pro-Wrestling feed. Just go to ProWrestlingTees.com and enter their name to support. You can either contact their name or a to the email from the
Motherfucker.
Cleveland Hundred Facebook at gmail.com. If you don't know what to do, run by users, the link
Y'all got to stick these cowards.
So thank you very much for your support. I wish you great work. Stay in touch.
Stink sense. Stink, stink, stinks. I'm gonna get away from these cameras. I was defending myself. Yep, that's how we win. Get back up, jack up tires. Sure we can. Lord, another episode of this tomorrow. I'm going though.